today is a little bit different. Today, I actually went out and played a bunch of board games. Haven't done that in quite some time, and it's actually really fun. I miss it. Played... I don't remember the name of them. Above and Below, I think, is one of them. Some of the ships, and I don't remember all of them. We played quite a few, like Bang the Dice Game, and another one. I had to look and see send a message to my friend and say, hey, what are the games we play today? But we played 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's see. There was the Above and Below, Bang the Dice Game. We played that Gravitation game, the Sea game, which is like some kind of weird drafting game. We played this other game with these mobsters in it. And then we played this other game that had about owl or something. I can't remember. So 6 different games. We played a few of them. We played a few games of, and they're really good. I think I won once tonight. Like in this one last game we played a 4-player game, so the game ended when one person bought 7 buildings. I looked and I was like, I know I'm not going to win this game if it keeps going the way it is. So I basically used political intrigue to take over this one island, and I got 5 coins from it, and I bought enough buildings to have 7. I was like, forget it, because there's no way that I can compete with the way they're doing. And it ended up, me and my friend both of us had 39 points at the end of the game. And then with the winner is the one that has the most fish and wood. Well, he had 1 more than I did. And I was like, crap. So he won. But I won another one, but I can get this game called Bang the Dice Game. It's pretty cool. But yeah, really fun day. Got to chit chat and hang out and just goof off. But I want to try to get a gaming group together, but with Adrian, that'd be very hard to do right now. I can't wait I can wait and I can't wait. Like when he gets a little bit older, I want to start introducing him to some simple games. And I don't want to introduce him to anything like Cackle-Dackle or that's the German name for what's the American name for it? I think it's just called Doggy Doo or something like that. Basically, you feed this dog this yellow goop stuff, it poops it out. But small little games, maybe Shark Attack or something like that. And then there's actually some little matching games. Most of the really good little kid games are actually from Germany, I think. And I'm like, okay, and you can get them in English and stuff. But it's going to take a long time for Adrian to get to that point. Well, in terms of a lifetime, no. But in terms of me wanting to be able to play things with him, yeah, it's going to be a little while. But yeah, it's... see this right here? It doesn't want to work right now. It gets too late and my brain goes, bleh. But yeah. But anyways. Vacation's almost over. It is the new year. It is January 1st. Holy freaking cow. This is episode 1 of season 2. Because I don't want to do the whole episode 100 and something. I want to basically it's a new year, new season for my vlog, and hopefully an upswing in viewers and everything. Just going to take time. Still trying to get better at Adobe Premiere. That is very slow going, but I will get there. I'm about to do my recent pickups video. I'll probably do that tomorrow, though. It's getting kind of late, and I don't want it. I can't remember everything I bought this month. Like, I bought a lot of digital games, like on the Steam sale and stuff like that, but I don't put those in my recent pickups videos. And I got stuff that I bought, like, spread out all over the house. And I'm like, okay, where did I put this? Oh, where did I put that? And half the time I get up here and I start recording my video, and I get done, I'm like, wait, I didn't show this. Like, I got a game down, like a board game on the floor, and I can't remember if I got that last month or if I got that this month. I tried putting them in a certain area, but that didn't work because I want to play a game, so I go in there and get it and do something with it, or I'd go start looking at it and going through it, and then, But today, while I was playing those board games, sorry, I'm jumping topics right now. I'm about to drop my phone. But today, while I was playing those board games, like I've said so many times, like my sinuses are really bothering me. Like, I was just sitting there and we were all playing, and just my nose started bleeding. And I was like, oh, great. Couldn't believe it. It didn't bleed much, but it's like it's a drop come out. I was like, just. And I think they thought that, oh, is it too dry down here, or was I allergic to cats? And I was like, no, it's nothing I did. It's just when the weather changes like that, it dries my sinuses out. So basically got all that cleaned up and took care of my nose. I was like, man, that really bothered me. I don't really want to do that at somebody's house. So, but anyways, we got everything cleaned up, and no, but anyways, but had a lot of fun. Not really sure what to say. Today is a very weird day, just because I just went out and did so much. The puppies are really happy when I got back home, though. They don't like it when I'm gone, like when they're here alone, because I left like at noon, and my wife, she went to her parents around 6 p.m., something like that. I got back here about 9:30. They were really happy to see me, so I played with them, took them out, used the bathroom and everything. Then she got home, and they're really happy to see her. But then for a few minutes after that, they're kind of like me. They go off and do their own thing. Like, they first see you, and it's like, oh my God, I haven't seen you in forever. Oh, hey, there you are. But they do stay around us a lot, and they love to be around us and talk and play with us. Thor, he wants to play. He likes to get barking contests. So ever since, he'll just lay on the floor and look at me, and it's the cutest thing because his jaws just puff out when he does it. He goes, oof. And he's just like his jaws do that. And sometimes he'll do it so low, he'll just be like, ooh. And so he just he'll just breathe out really hard, just like, and I just look at him and go, and then he'll do a little bit louder, and a little bit louder, a little bit louder, and then finally he'll just start bark. He'll just bark once. So basically, what it was, he likes to chase me or me chase him. So we'll start doing that. I have to get a video of that. I think I might have one somewhere, but it's probably a few years old. I didn't get my 400 cups of coffee today, so I'm a little tired. I don't know. It's kind of one of those weird days. Like, I did a lot. Well, I don't really do a lot. I played a lot of games, but unless you start pulling your camera out, recording stuff, it's kind of hard to talk about them. And plus, most people are kind of like, oh, you're talking about board games. Yawn. Oh, man. I just love it when you're like, I'm going to do this before I get tired. And then you start recording the video, or you start doing something, and you're just like, I do that sometimes. I do it quite a bit now. Oh, I know the reason I'm really, really, really tired right now. It's because Adrian okay, last night after New Year and everything, I was going to go to bed about 1:32. And I was drinking some water before I went to bed. So I was about halfway through my glass and sitting there watching TV. And like basically I was watching a YouTube video. And all of a sudden, Adrian woke up. I was like, oh, God. So go get him. And he just would not go to sleep until about, it was like 5 a.m. Not very good. And he finally fell back asleep and put him back down. And oh gosh. And today I went, my friend Tim would come to get me at around 11:30. And so that's if I slept from 5 to 11. That's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's about 6 hours. But I didn't. I got up at like 9. So sleep at 5 o'clock, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4 hours. Not good. Especially since it's like almost 1 a.m. right now. So, now the thing, my main problem is this entire vacation, I've been getting anywhere from 3 to 5 hours of sleep a night. And I think it's just caught up with me now. Because, I mean, I'm a night owl. I don't like to sleep. I never have. But you got to. I wish there was a way I could just be like, all right, no more sleep needed. I mean, I get so much done if I could be awake all the time. But it does feel so good after a long day. You can just sit there and lay your head down, close your eyes, and just drift off. But my nights is normally I lay down. It feels real good. Start to drift off. And right before sleep takes you, you hear, wah! And you wake up. And you're like, no, he didn't do that. And you hear it again. And you're just like, no, please don't wake up. And you're like, it's too late. So, and the worst part is there's the whole let him cry it out and everything. We tried that. It didn't work for Adrian. After about an hour and a half, we were like, all right, forget this. And we actually, me and my wife kind of agree, it made it worse. So now if before he, like if he woke up, sometimes he'd just look around and just sit there and like in his crib and not do anything. Now, if he wakes up and nobody's around, he screams his head off. And and he didn't do that before we tried the whole let him like cried out crap. It may work for some kids. It just did not work for Adrian. I've heard people say, oh, you just didn't let him cry long enough. Okay, so what's long enough? We let him cry for an hour and a half. And he was not stopping. He was getting louder and louder. And when is it enough? After 2 hours, 3, 4, and nobody ever tells you this stuff. They never talk about it. It's like, oh, just let him cry. Okay, how long did you let your kid cry? Did they cry for 10 minutes and go back to sleep? Yeah, no. So we was like, no, and we just said, forget it. We didn't. So, and we do kind of spoil him on some things, and it's one of those things to where I have to work. My wife has to work. If he wakes up in the middle of the night, we try to shut him up so that we can get back to sleep and actually get to work the next day. So we're dealing with a little inconvenience so that so we can actually sleep. I mean, I've noticed something very peculiar about the whole let it cry thing. Most of the time that I've talked to people that do this, it's one person doesn't work and one person does, or they have somebody that can watch the kid the entire day. And like me and Christy, we have her parents watch Adrian during the day, but there are times that they're the grandparents, they're going to spoil him, so they don't make him follow the rules very closely. Like, oh, it's 2:00 and he's really tired. Oh, let him take a nap. Oh, he looks so peaceful. Let's let him sleep longer. 2.5 hours later, he wakes up. It's like, oh, great. His sleeping schedule is all. So, but the grandparents, we don't have to send him to daycare. We don't have to deal with a lot of those issues. So, it's okay. I mean, if that's the biggest inconvenience we got to deal with, we're very lucky. But anyways, I'm going to get off here. I've been talking way too long already because I am very tired. But hope you guys had a good New Year. Make your New Year's resolutions. Don't make your New Year's resolutions. I didn't make one because it's something I don't have to break. Because everybody's like, oh, I'm going to lose weight. Oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. You don't need to do that as a New Year's resolution. It's something you just need to do anyway. I need to go to the gym. I need to work out. But most likely, I'm probably not going to go for the next few weeks. And it's like, why not? Well, if you've ever been to the gym after the first, all the people that's going to do their New Year's resolution, like, I'm going to work out. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. It's packed. I mean, it is insanely packed. For about 2 to 3 weeks. And then everybody breaks their New Year's resolutions after that. So I'm probably going to use the elliptical downstairs and probably start doing some jogging outside in hopes that I can actually wait until the gym empties out some. Because when there's that many people there, you never can get a machine. You can never work out. It just takes forever to do anything there. I might go and just get on the treadmill or exercise bike or something like that. But I don't know. Hope you guys had a good one. Talk to you tomorrow.